It's easy to forget that Mayfield struggled for most of last year for one very important reason, and it's his own fault. He suffered an injury week 2 after he threw an interception and decided he was going to go make the tackle. I say this all the time. Do not put yourself in that position. The team needs you more next week and the week after and the week after that than they need you to go try to make that tackle after a turnover. Keep yourself healthy, no unnecessary contact, and no, basic Newtonian physics where you've got one object moving very rapidly this way, the other object moves rapidly the other way. You've got heightened forces when you collide. You don't want to do that as a quarterback. So if he doesn't have that injury last year, who knows what we see from Baker Mayfield. It's just unfortunate. And I just, for his sake, I would like this to get resolved so he can begin the process of getting himself ready to be someone's quarterback. It's just unfortunate that we're in this posture. But I agree with what Burrow said. I think Mayfield.
I don't know
still
if
be a
he's
very
going to
good
be
player.
anybody's quarterback. The question, I think, the question is, whose backup quarterback is he going to be? I mean, at least at the start of the year, if he was going to be somebody's quarterback, he would have been signed by May 20th. That's all I can say. And I'm not saying that's the right decision by Carolina or Seattle or whoever it is, but that's just the way it is. And look, Mike. I would maintain this. If I were Baker Mayfield, I'd want to be a free agent. But if I was a free agent, I wouldn't be signing right now. I wouldn't. I would not. I would not sign with anyone. I'd wait until either somebody got hurt or Labor Day weekend. And if somebody then wanted me at minimum salary or whatever as a number 3 quarterback for the time being, I'd go. But there's no sense right now in going to a place that doesn't want him. And right now, I think the only place that might want him is Carolina. But the fact is, they have shown such, passivity toward Baker Mayfield that how could he look at that and say, boy, I'd have a great chance to play if I went to Carolina? I don't see it.
This issue came up this week. I was on with Rich Eisen and both with Dan Patrick, shows that follow us here on Peacock. They both believe, and I agree, that the Browns need to really explore the possibility of getting Mayfield back in the fold. It's not going to be easy. And Dan thinks they should do it. Rich believes that Humpty Dumpty cannot be put back together. That relationship is fractured beyond repair, and I tend to agree more with that. But I think the Browns should be trying to get Baker Mayfield back in the fold because they may need him. We don't know how long Deshaun Watson's going to miss, if at all, this year. That's a different topic, and maybe it'll come to a head next week. I'm still penciling it in as next Friday, Memorial Day weekend, bad news dump. The NFL proposes a suspension of Deshaun Watson, and the disciplinary process moves forward. They may need him for all or most of the 2022 season. You're already paying him $18.8 million. And if I'm Baker Mayfield, Peter, I know we got to go to break, but if I'm Baker Mayfield and I look at Seattle, Carolina, or Cleveland as my options, and I want to set myself up to become a free agent and get a big contract next year, Cleveland is the no-brainer, isn't it?
Probably, but suppose, and you raise this in a piece that you did at Pro Football Talk, which I think is absolutely totally on the table. And that is that there's a possibility. I definitely don't think it's 50-50 or better, but there is a possibility that the NFL will allow the legal system to run its course before it does anything in a disciplinary way with Deshaun Watson. And could you imagine the quarterback room with Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, and Jacoby Brissett? First of all, Jacoby Brissett will feel like he got stabbed in the back. He went there to be a backup quarterback and to play if there was going to be a suspension of Deshaun Watson. And if that happened, they literally might have to release Jacoby Brissett. I mean, it's just all, it's so problematic right now that, to me, if I were the Browns, I don't think I could do anything until if you were thinking about bringing him back, I don't think you could do anything unless you knew what the NFL was going to do in a disciplinary way.
All the more reason for the NFL to make a decision. They've had plenty of time. They've had full access to the individuals who will talk to them. Deshaun Watson has no option. He has to talk to them. The time is now. The clock has been ticking, and the Browns need to know. And this ties back to what we spent the first hour of the program talking about, the NCAA getting the chaos it deserves. You could argue the Browns are getting the chaos they deserve by doing the deal with Deshaun Watson, doing the trade, the $230 million fully guaranteed, while you still have Baker Mayfield, and you don't know what's going on. Well, you only have yourself to blame for not knowing what's going on as all of this begins to collide, and you have to contemplate life with Deshaun Watson, maybe without him, life with Baker Mayfield, maybe without him. It's a big mess, and the Browns only have themselves to blame.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.